Five Nights at Freddy's. Do I even need to introduce it? No. I made a video about my first experience with FNAF on console as someone who has been playing the PC version since day 5. I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of it, and some people agreed with me, some didn't. But that's fine. Opinions are your own, and since this is the version that some people have played for years and got good at, it makes sense that you like it as much as you do. If you recall, I liked some of these games, so I do see the appeal. I got pretty far in all the games minus FNAF 4, so I stand by the opinions I said in that previous video. Like I said, I got pretty far, so I don't think it's a... No, it's not a skill issue. I've been playing these games since day 5. No! It is not a... So the thing is there's been an epidemic going around, right? People on my FNAF YouTube video are saying that it's a skill issue. They're saying that I just need to get good at the game, right? Yes. I cannot stand for this. I cannot let people tell me that it is a skill issue.
You gotta retaliate.
I gotta retaliate. And how I'm gonna do that? The next few weeks of my life are going to be dedicated to...
You're gonna make a video ratioing them.
Actually, that's a better idea than what I was thinking. I'm going to platinum trophy these games.
Are you insane?
I have to prove...
Is it really that worth it?
Yes. That's right. To make more FNAF console content, to prove that it's not a skill issue, I will be getting the platinum trophies in FNAF 1 through 4. I won't be doing Sister Location because I've already done my time with that game. I won't be doing Pizzeria Simulator because I praised that game. Nor will I be doing Ultimate Custom Night because all the trophies are outrageous. So to the three of you who don't know what a platinum trophy is or haven't seen any other platinum trophy videos on YouTube, it's when you get every achievement or trophy on PlayStation that a game offers. Before I get started, I have a few things to say first. I promise it won't take long and it is not a sponsorship. Firstly, as stated before, I am a PC player when it comes to FNAF, so I will forever prefer the point-and-click controls rather than playing with a controller. Secondly, this is my opinion, meaning everything I say in this video is fact. Lastly, I'm playing the PS4 version on PS5. I have the Switch versions of FNAF 1 through 4, and those are better ports because you can use the touchscreen in handheld mode, giving them more worth. But alas, I am sticking with the console that's apparently in the last leg of its life. I also recommend watching the original video first for added context. Plus, remember to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell and comment, you know the drill. Did you know that if all of you who watched the original video subbed, I would have 500,000 subscribers? That means I can afford lunch next week, so let's make those numbers go up. With that out of the way, let's get trophy hunting. And make sure to stick around to the end of this video to find out something that will blow your mind. Luckily, keeping track of trophies in these games is pretty straightforward. There are 10 trophies for each game, and you get one for every night you beat from night 1 through 6, meaning each game only has 4 unique trophies. So, let's start with FNAF 1. In my original video, I got to night 5 before having fun with cheats, and turning on any cheat disables trophies. So in the first video, I got 4 for beating the first 4 nights, and oh, would you look at that, a trophy for getting jump scared. Yeah, I got that one easily. So, let's go on ahead and get the night 5 and 6 trophies and see what else to get. Also in the first video, I thought the FNAF 1 port was serviceable, and going for these trophies, I feel the same way. It takes a second to get used to the control scheme, and accurately choosing cameras is still impossible. Yes, I know you only need to stay on 4B to stall Freddy. However, if you're a newcomer to the series who doesn't know the games backwards and forwards like some of us, and wants to look at the cameras, it's a whole lot more cumbersome when you have a control stick instead of a mouse. That being said, I do know the AI of these games, like the back of my bootleg Bonnie plush, so I was able to get the night 5 and 6 trophies quickly. So let's get on with the unique trophies, starting with No Running, where you have to keep Foxy from leaving Pirate's Cove. That should be easy. On night 4. Why? Now I must play through the entire game again just to get through this night. Well, I did, and all things considered, it wasn't bad. I reverted back to the old strategy for 420, where you don't stall Freddy. You close his door before checking Pirate's Cove. I made it to 6 a.m. and...
Dang. Yay! I did it. Where's my trophy? Where's my trophy? Where's my trophy?
Foxy must have moved to the hall in the time from when I last checked the cameras to when the night ended. And now I'm on night 5. I have to go through nights 1 through 3 again. This time I ensured he didn't move and got the trophy. Next is No Laughing, where you don't let Freddy get to Cam 4A on night 5. This is so much better because you can just replay night 5 as much as you want. Plus, I beat it on the first try.
Yeah!
Freddy doesn't move if you're on his camera, so it's like keeping an eye on Foxy, but Freddy. So that's 9 trophies out of 10. What's the last one? And as you can tell by my over-enthusiastic voice, this isn't going to be fun. You have to beat the custom night on the hardest difficulty. No! There's no way! Why? Why is this a trophy? Beating 420 mode is required for the platinum trophy? I'm not going to be able to do this. Before this point, I was having a good time overall. Going after these trophies made me get used to controls that I was bashing on in the last video. And while I don't prefer them, you eventually get the hang of them. And up till now, I hadn't died once. But this trophy soured the entire experience. Every problem I mentioned in the last video came into effect here and was so much worse. When your nerves get the best of you and you start freaking out, it is super easy and very likely that you will press the wrong button, leading to your imminent death.
I didn't change the thing back.
Yeah.
How unfortunate.
The situation where an animatronic in a blind spot causes you to jump accidentally hitting a camera does, in fact, happen.
You're kidding me! I pressed the wrong button!
And because this night is fast and things are constantly happening, you really start to notice the input buffer. Let's say you quickly want to check the lights to see if an animatronic is at your door. Conserving power is very important on this night, so the quicker you are, the better. So, you spam the light button to get a quick look. The light comes on, and even after you press the button to turn it off, it doesn't. If you're spamming, it takes a few presses before the lights go off. Granted, the light goes out if you turn on the other one to bring up the camera, so most of the time it's not that big of an issue. But it's annoying and inconsistent. Another thing is checking on Foxy. In 420 mode, you want to keep your camera on 4B to stall Freddy unless your right door is closed so he doesn't get in. So, Chica's at your door. You close it. You open your cams, and you start making your way to Pirate's Cove. Because you can't just click on it, you have to go over with your thumbstick. Doing this will undoubtedly lead to an animatronic who just moved, causing your cams to disable. If this doesn't happen by some miracle, it takes so long to get over there, check Foxy's state, and get back to 4B. Time that Bonnie could be getting into your room. Ah! Granted, you don't need to keep an eye on Foxy, but sometimes it's just good to know where he's at. That's easy in the PC version, but basically impossible here. I persisted. At first, I wasn't getting very far, but over time, I kept getting closer and closer to 6 a.m. It got to the point where I stopped checking on Foxy altogether and prayed to the RNG gods that he wouldn't move. My leading causes of death were either running out of power or Foxy. But then, I made it to 5 a.m. I was 12 seconds off.
No! No! No!
I honestly didn't think I could beat it. Not from a skill perspective, but because of my nerves. I was shaking and breaking down constantly because of the stupid trophy. I came close to canceling this entire video for this reason so many times. But I kept remembering how close I got. And in a last-ditch effort, I looked online for a green run, which is beating the night with the most power saved. I found this video by Shooter25, where instead of keeping your camera on Freddy, you spam the camera on and off. It saves power, it's fast, and it keeps both Freddy and Foxy at bay. With this strategy, I beat it on my first try. And it was here I also found out that there is no actual platinum trophy for these games. But if there were, then I would have secured it by beating 420 mode. So now that I've gotten all the trophies, has my opinion on FNAF 1 changed? No. Again, this is because I've been playing the PC version for as long as the game has been out. So that's what I'm used to. If the console version is all you know, then of course this is going to be your preferred way to play. But if you don't have the console port, I wouldn't recommend it unless there's literally no other option. It's an alright to play the original, just do not go after the 420 trophy unless you are mentally prepared.
Oh my. It's not as skill as you. I did it.
The trophies in this game are similar to the ones found in FNAF 1. You get a trophy for every night you beat, there's a challenge in night 4 you have to beat, getting jump scared nets you a trophy, and of course, there's a trophy for beating 1020 mode. A challenge that I am not going to do. FNAF 2 is a completely different beast than FNAF 1, and I am not going to waste my mental energy beating it with a controller. Scott says the PC version of these challenges are impossible, so why should I take 5 years off of my life just to beat this with a controller? 0.2% of all players have achieved this, and I salute them. I will not be joining them. I hope you understand. Anywho, instead of a challenge in Night 5, this game has a game-wide challenge for its final trophy, experiencing all the death minigames. With that in mind, let's get into it. Firstly, the only one of the night trophies I didn't have, except for you, was you stayed for surviving night 6. If you remember from the first video, I loved FNAF 2 on console, ironically for its controls. You could be lightning fast with the masking camera and using the lights involved holding X and moving around the room. I beat the game up to this point easily, so this shouldn't be too bad, right?
Whoa! They added button indicators?
This is new?
Yeah, this is new. They didn't have that before. And then they still don't have that in FNAF 1. Oh, and also, no, it's not button indicators. They changed it. They changed it! Before, if you were to hold X right now, it would turn on this light. But no. If you hold X, now it's a different button.
They saw your video.
For real. Oh my god. That is stupid.
The game had been updated since the last time I played it. Updated for the worse. X now only controls the hallway light, where square controls the vent based on which side you're looking at. They also added a buffer to your camera and mask buttons, so you won't be quick with that anymore. This ruined the game for me. All that muscle memory I built up during the first video had to be rewired to this new control scheme on the 6th night nonetheless.
Oh my god!
I died a lot. I didn't like needing to quickly move my thumb from X to square when I needed to switch to light. I would spam Foxy, check the vent for anyone, go back to spamming Foxy, and check the other vent. All of which used to be a simple hold of a button. But now, it is more complicated than it was. I get it though. In the original game, you would spam control and click on the vents, so they're trying to replicate that. But I prefer the older method. Wait, the game has been updated. Did they add it?
No, wait. No. No.
Hell yeah, they did. After trying and dying so many times, I finally beat Night 6.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you did it, dude. Oh.
Now, what was that Night 4 challenge? Keeping the music box wound above 50%. This sucked.
Oh my god!
I had to play through the game again with these worse controls. This time, there was no helpful cheats to help me, just fast nights. Once I got to Night 4 and the challenge began, it was terrible. Anytime anyone came into my office, I panicked because that's time that I could be winding up the music box.
No, 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 please, 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 God, no, please, please, please. Okay, I saved it.
And letting that thing fall below 50% meant starting the whole night over. Foxy was the end runner most of the time, because I would spam him, wind the music box, get caught lacking by Withered Bonnie, and Foxy would jump me. It took a few tries, but one stress-induced 6 minutes later, I finally got it.
Did I do it? Yeah! Okay. Thank God.
The last trophy I needed to get was experience all the death minigames. At one point, I did attempt to get the 1020 trophy, so I used this as a way to get all the death minigames. But once I prioritized my mental health over a minute-long segment in a YouTube video, I just kept letting Foxy get me. About 30 minutes later, I had all the trophies I was going to get. They ruined this game with the update. What was once a fun way to play the game, where you felt like a super talented speedrunner, turned into FNAF 2 on console. Getting all the trophies, except these two, is fun if you could deal with the controls. I felt like I achieved something when I finally beat Night 6, compared to the thank God it's over I felt after beating FNAF 420 mode. Unfortunately, the control change makes me feel the same way about this game as I do FNAF 1. It's a fine port, but the PC and mobile versions are better. This one surprised me. FNAF 3 has always been my least favorite game in the original series. I understood it and I knew how it worked, but it was just never fun to me, nor was it scary. The best thing this game did was tell the story it told. So, when I played it on console with a controller, I did not have a fun time, especially in the later nights. It was the first game in the original video I straight up said was bad. So, don't ask me why, because I don't know, but I liked it so much better this time around. I truly think that it was a skill issue. The trophies this time around were so much more straightforward. One for beating each of the nights, including Nightmare and Aggressive Nightmare, one for getting jump scared, one for getting any ending, and one for getting the good ending. I was on night 4 when I started this playthrough, so if I beat this night and the next night, that's 3 trophies right there. And I did it first try. I had gotten used to the controls and mastered the mechanics. I truly became FNAF 3. With this newfound confidence, I tried Nightmare mode. It took me 2 tries, but I did it as well.
I can't believe it.
And then I told myself that since I wasn't doing FNAF 2's hardest difficulty, I wasn't going to do FNAF 3 either. However, I saw something online where you stall Springtrap by flipping your cameras constantly, and I wanted to see if that actually worked. It does.
Yay!
Are you on
I did
night
it.
5?
No, I was on the hardest challenge.
Oh.
I did it.
All I had left to do was get the good ending, which involved replaying the game and finding secret minigames every night to give this child his happiest day. This is the only time I struggled because, as I said in the last video, it's confusing to unlock these games. Granted, it is confusing in the PC games, so I can't bash it too much. But I feel it's even worse here. If you knew you had to click on BB, you would just click them in the PC game. On a controller, which one of these is a click? How do I know I'm clicking? I would have never figured it out by myself. I tried for a while before looking up a video. If you want to know just how complicated it is, check out this video by Skaz4. It's really good. Also, these minigames are the reason why the D-pad doesn't work in this game, is because that's how you access a lot of these minigames, is through the D-pad. Now, the D-pad is something that I sorely missed from the first game, because it just made traversing the cameras a whole lot easier, and without that, it's a whole lot more clunkier to control with the thumbstick, but you get used to it. After what felt like no time at all, in one sitting, I had gotten the good ending in FNAF 3, collecting the last trophy the game had to offer. This made me wonder if it truly was a skill issue all along. I had fun with FNAF 1 until 420 mode. Would I have had a better time if I had been used to FNAF 2's controls? I truly had a good time with FNAF 3, and it took me no time to get all the trophies. I have one more game to play. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to be honest. I didn't get all the trophies in this game. However, to make sure that I had the skills necessary to give a fair opinion, I forced myself to beat Night 5. In case you're wondering, FNAF 4's trophies are even more straightforward than FNAF 3's. To get every trophy, you have to beat Nights 1 through 6, Nightmare Mode, and 420 Mode, along with Fun with Plush Trap and BB. And finally, you get your last trophy when you get jump scared. Oh, there isn't one for the jump scare. Didn't listen carefully enough. What in the world? How do you get that? Oh, you have to be jump scared and killed by every animatronic. Oh. Okay, yeah. No, I don't got that one either. Rip. As you could probably guess, I got the trophies for nights 1 through 5 in the jump scare. I didn't get the trophy for beating the mini games because Fun with BB doesn't unlock until you beat night 8, and I ain't doing that. This must mean I hated the game even more, right? Well, all of my problems stemmed from the anxiety this game gave me, paired with the fact that I couldn't hear anything. If only there were a way to plug your headphones into your console so you could hear better. Yes, you can plug headphones into your controller/Switch console. I should have mentioned this in the first video, but I never play like that. I always play console games with sound going through my TV, so that option never occurred to me. Even then, they should have balanced the sound to where you shouldn't have to do that. Without headphones, it's nearly impossible to play when all you have to do is turn up the volume on the breathing and turn down the jump scare. I know that's how it is on PC, but PC players are already more likely to wear headphones. What I'm suggesting is to have a settings menu where they ask what you're playing on. Headphone mode is the original experience, while TV mode has the breathing turned up and the jump scare turned down. However, if you love FNAF 4 and want it on console, headphones are, in fact, an option. Just plug it into your controller, as many people pointed out even after I made a pinned comment. My other complaint was that the controls are weird, and yes, they are. However, I did get used to them. The thing that messed me up the most was the closed door button being on circle. When at a door, my subconscious told me that circle would make me run back, when it doesn't. That's L1. I would accidentally close the door and panic because I wouldn't know if something was going to be there or not. Speaking of door controls, I would constantly get confused on what button did what, especially in high-stress situations. I would hear the breathing, panic, and hit the wrong button, ending me right then and there.
No! I didn't mean to press that button!
I found it best to take a second, look at my controller, and remember what button did what instead of rushing to shut the door, accidentally hitting the flashlight instead. So, is FNAF 4 as bad of a port as I thought in the original video? Yes. However, my opinion has changed the most out of all the games. I know, shocking. Let me explain. This is the only FNAF game featured in this video to not have cameras, therefore being the simplest to convert to console. Out of the 4 in this video, this would be the easiest game to grasp for a newcomer, instead of being on night 5 and still wondering where Bonnie is. Where it's not a good port is the controls and reliance on headphones. I feel they could have made the controls more intuitive, like setting the flashlight to the triggers and closing the door to bumpers. But that could be said about every FNAF port. And then there's the audio issues I keep yapping about, so I'm not going to keep beating this dead Freddy. The reason I didn't get all the trophies wasn't the console's fault. I didn't continue for the same reason I haven't beat the game on PC either. My nerves. I can't play this game for too long because of how repetitive and stressful it is, along with the gameplay being based on listening to quiet audio cues before being blasted with a loud jump scare, which makes me spiral even more. However, when using the headphones, and after getting used to the controls, if I were to give it another chance, I do believe I could get these trophies. One day, but not today. FNAF 4, you're not so bad after all. Wait, you still can't boot Freddy's nose. Bad port! Why'd I say it like a bad dog? I had a lot of fun playing these games. Not the same fun I had with them with the last video, where I was laughing at how poorly made these ports are, but actual fun. And don't get me wrong, these are still awful ports and they could have done better jobs with them. Even though I'm a console gamer, the PC version will always be my preferred way to play these games. But, as stated before, if this is all you know, and therefore got good at it, that is a valid reason to like these ports. These are fine if they're all you have, but if you take the time to rewire your muscle memory, get used to the controls, and actually get good at these games. Even if you have played the PC versions, these ports are alright. I wouldn't recommend it though because it takes a lot of time, and some of these trophies made me want to start smoking. Oh, and to everyone saying, just plug in a keyboard and mouse. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't magically reprogram the game to add a mouse.
What?
In a twisted seal of fate, FNAF 1 and 2 were updated in the 5 months since I played this. I checked then just to be sure and it didn't work, but by God they have it now. They even have Control as Light in FNAF 2 if you have a keyboard plugged in. If you have everything wired, I could see this being cumbersome, like, I ain't playing like this. But if the game supports wireless keyboards and mice, and you have them, plug some headphones into your controller, and you have yourself a FNAF PC experience.
I'm gonna have to change a section of my video. This was not... I swear this wasn't here. I tried it. I swear I tried it. What in the...
Only for FNAF 1 and 2 though. FNAF 3 onward never gets any updates. I would argue that Sister Location and UCN need it more.
Not a single button I press boops Freddy's nose. So all the people saying that in FNAF 4 you can boop Freddy's... Oops. Let me try it again. I'm pressing every button except for the go back button. And you cannot boop Freddy's nose. So everyone saying that you can, you're lying to me. Stop getting my hopes up.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I just wanted to take a quick moment to apologize for taking so long to get this video out. There has been so much going on in my personal life that just kept this from coming out, and add that with the daunting task of getting every trophy in FNAF 1 through 4, even though I didn't succeed with that. I just needed a break after beating FNAF 1, 2, and 3, but then things just kept piling on top of each other, just completely destroying my motivation to play. But I did, even though I didn't get all the way through, I was able to see FNAF 4 in a different light, so hopefully this video was worth it and you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!